I am loving this reboot of Quantum Leap. So here's the deal. I'm going to try and talk about every episode before the show returns in January. There are 8 episodes, so say if we do 2 episodes a week, we'll have them all covered by the time the show returns in January. Cool? This first episode broke some of the rules of the original series, as well as making a big change to the finale regarding Al, so I wanted to touch on that as well. But before we do that, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. You can always unsubscribe at a later date if you don't like what I'm posting. It's completely free, and no hard feelings if you want to go at a later date. Right then, showtime!
It's showtime, folks.
So we begin the episode the same way that the old show used to begin, with narration about Sam Beckett travelling within his own lifetime. It's the same voice as well.
In 1995, theorizing that one could time travel within their own lifetime.
And so Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life.
I suppose it helps that she's the executive producer. I'm a little gutted they didn't use the original theme song. I went to the cinema a few months back to see Top Gun Maverick, and I was so happy that they used the original opening theme song. It just brought me right back. I wish they'd done the same. We then cut to a party where Ben and the team are just chilling. We see Ben step into the Quantum Leap machine and suddenly leap into the body of Nick, a guy who was helping people with a robbery. Live Aid is on TV in the car. Looks like David Bowie was performing.
Welcome back to London to Wembley and Live Aid. Will you meet and greet David Bowie?
Fun fact. I went to university with the guy who played David Bowie in the Freddie Mercury, Rami Malek movie that came out a few years back. There's a fun fact. You can put that in your fun facts about far too much to say notebook that I know you all have. Addison appears as a hologram to Ben to help him do things like evade the police. She will be taking over the role of Al from the original series. I am a little annoyed about how Addison's hair was blowing in the wind when she meets Ben. It should not do that. She's not actually there, she's a hologram. They could have done what they did with Al and make it very obvious he was on a green screen whenever Sam had to put his hand through him or something. That always made me laugh. When Sam Beckett leaped, his memory was wiped, and it was over the course of the show that we was drip-fed information from his life. Same goes for Ben. His memory is wiped as well, but we find out more about him in the next 8 episodes than we did with Sam over 3 seasons. One thing that's missing from this reboot is the waiting room. See, in the original series, whoever Sam leaped into was put into a waiting room that Al could visit. And it was in this room where we would find out stuff about the person Sam leaped into. For example, the episode where Sam leaped into the body of a woman who had just been raped. Al was able to get her a statement from the waiting room so Sam could testify in court on her behalf. That was a great episode. I'm kinda sad that this soft reboot doesn't have a waiting room so we can do more stuff like that. I do like that we get to see more of what's happening in the lab in this reboot.
And you need to get that imaging camera back online now.
Yeah, I'm working on it, that and about 1,000 other things. Ziggy.
Half the time is the leap and the other half is in the lab. Whenever we got a glimpse at the lab in the original series, I was always fascinated. They set the lab scenes in a weird, retro, futuristic 1990s, which obviously didn't happen. But it would be funny if we had an episode set in this weird, alternate 90s one day. I'd love that. As we saw in episode 8, the 90s just happened how they happened for us, so it's sort of a shame that continuity is broken. Is it bad that I got really excited when we saw Sam? Albeit a photograph of him in a hologram.
30 years ago, Quantum Leap was created by Dr. Sam Beckett. If he would leap into people and then need to help them put right what once went wrong, and then the whole process would start all over again.
I miss Sam. We won't be seeing Dean Stockwell in this series for a couple of reasons. First off, he passed away recently, so he can't make an appearance. And secondly, in the finale of the original series, Sam made it so Al's wife, Beth, never left him, and they lived happily ever after instead of him working on the Quantum Leap program. Kind of. We'll get back to why the continuity is broke. Addison tells Ben that the reason why he's leaped, according to Ziggy, the computer, is to stop his friend from being killed. Meanwhile, Jen is trying to find why Ben jumped into the quantum leap machine without telling anyone. And she finds some dodgy CCTV footage of someone operating the equipment. The ring of the person who used it is military, according to Ernie Hudson. It's the same ring he was given when serving in Vietnam. We'll get back to that in a bit.
Hey,
Shut up. We know who you are.
You do?
You've been acting off all day, so I did some digging. Name's not Nick Rounder, it's Matt Shaw.
Ryan and the rest of the crew discover that the guy who Ben has leaped into was an undercover cop, so they kick off for him. I'm really glad that I'm rewatching this series because Addison mentions how she was originally meant to be the Leaper, with Ben playing the part of her hologram. I completely missed that detail on my first watch. It makes a lot of sense considering a revelation that is made in episode 8. I won't mention it here because I don't want to spoil it for you in case someone's watching along with me, just wait, we'll get to it. Ben goes to the museum where the crew are trying to steal a generic diamond thing, and he stops a bomb from killing people by giving it to the Ninja Turtles. They'll use that bomb better. Then Ben and Addison have a big nerdy chat about stuff. Nerds! We find more information about that ring we saw earlier, from the person who helped Sam into the quantum leap machine. The ring belonged to Al, the same Al from the original series, who was Sam's hologram. Ernie Hudson says that it's probably his daughter, and mentions how Al worked on the original program. But I thought the whole point of the finale was that Sam changed history so that Al would never have worked on the project. That's what he did. He went back to make sure Beth never left him, and then they had a dance to Georgia. Unless you were watching it on the DVD where they couldn't get the music right, so it was some other generic song and didn't really work. Ah well, I'm sure it's one of those things he changed for the soft reboot, like how they got rid of the waiting room. I miss Al. Oh, how I miss the beeps of the handling, and Al always having to beat on it and shouting into the ether at Gushy. Speaking of him, did you know that the actor who played Gushy died in the 90s? It's a shame because it would have been good to see him back, or any of the old crew back. I'm sure we'll get to the old crew eventually. And that's the end of the episode. I really enjoyed watching that. I'm wondering if you would like to see me cover the entire season, because I'd love to do that. Let me know in the comments. Stick around to the end for the meme of the day. Right, while you're here, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. You can always unsubscribe at a later date if you don't like what I'm posting. It's completely free and no hard feelings if you want to go at a later date. This is the meme of the day. Right, go and watch these videos while you're here. I'll let you go. Alright, bye.